Fox News alert, there's fresh action in the Middle East. Iran's currently shelling military bases in Kuwait and Bahrain with ballistic missiles and drones. So far, all of them have been intercepted by U.S. forces. And now U.S. Central Command's responding with self-defense strikes on Qeshm Island, right at the hook of the strait.
Welcome to American News Network. We have a great one here for you. Things are starting to happen in the Middle East, and I don't know what to tell you other than hold on. Grab your popcorn because it's getting exciting here. This is what's going on. We had some ship with a Botswana flag that got stupid. Boom! Hit that thing with a little bit of a kiss, a little love tap. But here's the funny thing that's going to be coming up. We're talking about the gay Ayatollah. And I don't know if that makes me homophobic or not, but I just think it's so funny that they're referring to him as the gay Ayatollah. But of course, there's some Democrats, and I love that one too. I think that's hilarious. These Democrats that are trying to do things that are so completely against the American way. So if you're for America, if you're for Americans, listen to what we have to come.
This all started earlier today when the Iranians began targeting commercial vessels in the Gulf with drones. We knocked all of them down. Our Navy also hitting back, blasting a blockade runner heading toward Karg Island. CENTCOM forces gave the ship, the Botswana-flagged MT Lexi, 24 hours to turn around. She didn't. So our Hellfire missiles pierced straight through her engine room. That's now the 6th ship disabled so far. The message is clear. If you want to test the blockade, you're going to pay. The mullahs still have some fight in them, and they're also showing new signs of life. For weeks, we didn't know if the gay Ayatollah was dead, hiding in his cave, or just getting a facelift. But now, for Pride Month, he's coming out.
Are you confident he's still alive, by the way?
Yeah, I think there's indications that, in fact, we've not heard from him publicly. We haven't seen him publicly. And I would imagine, given what's happened to multiple leaders in that system, being very public is probably not something that's recommended for them internally. But that said, I think there are indications out there that he is increasingly engaging at some level, although all of his communications have been in writing and through intermediaries.
Now that we know who we're talking to, we could see a deal at any moment. But the mullahs are slippery.
We are in talks, and I say talks because talks with Iran are not like talks with Switzerland, okay? They're very different. They require the use of intermediaries, unfortunately. But there is the prospect before us, which could happen today, it could happen tomorrow, it could happen next week, that for the first time, they have agreed to negotiate aspects of their nuclear program.
The Iranians have a trick that they've been using for decades, the bazaar style. They keep talking and buying themselves time until you can't take it anymore. Haggling's all they have left. But Trump's not getting talked into a bad deal. And if the mullahs think they can wait us out, they might get another love tap. We're already on their doorstep. The USS Abraham Lincoln's still holding the blockade, turning around 122 ships and counting. So the mullahs are looking for help. They want Oman to enforce tolls on the strait. Trump's response? Pick a side, because everybody else already has.
There isn't a country on earth, other than Iran, and maybe Oman that flirted with it, who's in favor of what Iran is doing in the Straits. The Chinese are against it. The Russians are against it. Everyone is against it. The whole world is against it. So condition number one is they have to reopen the Straits.
The Omanis are looking pretty lonely, but the Democrats, they'll keep them company.
You know, what's interesting about war is when you have women that have an opinion about it. That's crazy for starters. Second thing is, you actually have somebody more qualified than anybody that's on probably planet Earth about war and killing people, and that's Hillary Clinton. Let's hear what she has to say.
I also think that this very ill-planned, poorly conceived war in Iran that Trump is losing is also another way of holding him accountable because everybody sees it. He can't talk his way out of it.
They also think Trump and Rubio aren't focused on negotiations. Rubio's got, 8 jobs. But to them, he's just a DJ at Mar-a-Lago.
This is why I was shocked to see that you were at a party with President Trump in Miami instead of accompanying Vice President Vance to Pakistan for negotiations.
What party was I at? I was at a party?
It's publicly reported, and there's photos there.
But
In
what
fact,
party?
Steve
No,
was
but you're going to say that. I'm going to
there.
answer it. I'm going to answer
But
that
let me
question, because
finish
that's an
my
absurd statement. I was not at a
Can I
party.
finish my-
Yeah, the mission hasn't changed. Reopen the strait and denuclearize the regime. Nobody wants this war to drag on forever. Trump already has other excursions on his mind. Cuba. And he's still flirting with making Canada the 51st state. So who knows what's next?
I love how he ends this with, who knows what's next. Let's look at this. We've got Venezuela that's still on the table. We got Cuba that might be 51, 52, or 53. We got Alberta that's on the table. Hey, yo, Alberta up there in the north. We also have this Iranian situation that's at hand. So we have a lot going on with let's get the oil, let's get Strait of Hormuz open up, let's get the gay Ayatollah, and let's get this thing moving. Let's get this thing back on.